Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bove, I'm looking at your resume. It's Bove, right?
Bove, Senator, like
Bove,
with a long
I
E.
apologize, sir.
No worries, thank you.
Mr. Bove, you spent a lot of time at the Justice Department. I look here. You were a paralegal there for 2 years in the early 2000s. You served from 2012 to 2021. How many times have you seen a Justice Department employee act on the basis of his or her, act predominantly on the basis of his or her political beliefs as opposed to the law?
Welcome back to the Constitution Corner. If you stand for liberty, the rule of law, and accountability for our judiciary, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss how we fight for our founding principles. Today, we're breaking down Senator Kennedy's blistering exchange with Emil Bove, a top Justice Department official nominated by President Trump, during a Senate confirmation hearing. It's a wild ride of political intrigue, corruption accusations, and an unprecedented wave of DOJ resignations. Let's dive in.
Senator, I would say that as a prosecutor in my time at SDNY, I'm not sure that I did see that. It should be and it must be.
Have you seen it other than as a prosecutor?
I believe that I have.
Okay. When?
During my representation of President Trump.
What'd you see?
I witnessed members of the special counsel's office taking positions about the need to go to trial quickly before the election, the amount of time that President Trump would be allotted to review discovery and prepare motions, that I found in my experience to be completely inconsistent with normal practice, which led me to draw inferences of the nature that you're suggesting, Senator.
Counselor, you sent a memo directing one of your underlings, I don't mean that in a pejorative sense, but somebody under you in the hierarchy, directing that the prosecution against Mayor Adams be dismissed. Is that right?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. Who made that decision to dismiss the charges?
I think that's set forth in the memo that I participated in the decision with the authorization of the Attorney General of the United States.
Okay, so the Attorney General of the United States made the call.
She was a part of the decision, yes, Senator.
Who else was involved?
Beyond what's in the public record on that matter, I'm not able to get into the internal deliberations on that, Senator.
Okay, but there were others involved
Yes.
at the department?
Yes.
Anywhere else?
No.
Okay. You're under oath. Why did you folks dismiss the charges against Mayor Adams?
For the reasons set forth in the motion that you're referencing, there were two concerns, Senator. One was based on the weaponization of the criminal justice system, and that concern was substantiated.
What do you mean weaponization of the political justice system?
Abuse.
I know that, but I mean, can you be more specific?
In this particular case,
Do you think the charges were brought against Mayor Adams for political reasons?
again, I'm just right now drawing on what we said publicly in the briefs, and I signed those briefs because I believe in the arguments that were made. I believe that irrespective of what happened at the outset of that case, what the former U.S. attorney did to promote the ongoing prosecution at a time when there was at least an appearance that he had his own personal political objectives resulted in the weaponization of that particular criminal justice process.
Okay. So you dismissed it because of the weaponization. Any other reason?
Yes, there was a second independent basis set forth in the motion, and that was concerns about the effect of the ongoing prosecution on Mayor Adams' ability to govern and protect the public in New York City, and also to campaign in the ongoing mayoral election.
Okay. Do you believe in a higher being?
It's a very personal question, Senator, but I do.
I want you to look me in the eye and swear to your higher being when you answer this question. Did you make a political deal to dismiss the charges against Mayor Adams?
Absolutely not.
Did anybody else that you witnessed make a political deal to dismiss the charges?
Absolutely not.
You swear to your higher being?
I swear to my higher being and on every bone in my body.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Klobuchar.
So here's the context. Emil Bove, who served at SDNY and later under Trump's DOJ, is up for a federal appeals court seat. Senator Kennedy grilled him hard, and we mean hard, on whether he has witnessed politicized decision-making at DOJ. Bove admitted he did, and the example he gave, the rush to prosecute President Trump quickly before the election by special counsel, frankly a stunning confession in the hearing. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Bove was also the key figure behind a memo directing his team to dismiss corruption charges against New York Mayor Eric Adams, a high-profile Democrat, right in the middle of Adams' re-election campaign. That memo triggered at least 7 DOJ prosecutors to resign in protest, in what has been called a Thursday night massacre. This isn't ordinary turnover, it's a textbook case of the federal justice system being bent for political ends. Who resigned? Danielle Sassoon, a conservative Federalist Society attorney in SDNY, resigned because Bove's instruction was not based on the strength of the evidence or the legal theories, raises serious concerns. 5 members of DOJ's Public Integrity Section resigned in solidarity. In total, 7 prosecutors walked out. That's not normal turnover, that's a crisis in confidence in DOJ's independence. At the confirmation hearing, Bove claimed he never made any political deals. He swore on his higher being that no quid pro quo existed. He said the decision to drop charges against Adams derived from concerns about weaponization of the criminal justice system, and fears it would impair the mayor's ability to govern and assist federal immigration efforts. But let's be honest here, that's political logic wrapped inside legalese. These are lifetime judicial picks. If they shift on political winds, our entire federal court system is compromised. In court filings and memos, Sassoon alleged that Bove and Adams' team reached an agreement beforehand, what amounted to a quid pro quo. Unsealed documents show Bove summoned Sassoon and Adams' lawyers to Washington and apparently leaned heavily toward dismissal before any proper review, sidelining standard prosecutorial process. Even Judge Dale Ho dismissed the case with prejudice, noting no precedent for using prosecutorial discretion to strong-arm elected officials into backing federal policy. Senator Kennedy pressed Bove, "Why did you folks dismiss the charges?" Bove answered with general 2 concerns, one about politicized weaponization and one about interference with governance, but he sidestepped straightforward answers. My take as a constitutional conservative, this is a travesty. DOJ shouldn't be used as a political weapon. Lifetime judicial nominees especially should have impeccable integrity, plain and simple. This hearing reveals the rot. When career prosecutors resign rather than enforce political whims, we've crossed a red line. It's the Senate's duty, not just to ask tough questions, but to demand answers and hold nominees accountable. If we truly believe in the Constitution and the rule of law, we must insist nominees like this one can't slide by. They must understand DOJ's mission, to uphold justice, not manipulate it for policy goals or political favors. To the patriots watching, share this video with your friends and family. Write to your senators, demand they scrutinize nominees like Bove who blur the line between law and politics. We can't let DOJ become just another arm of political theater. That's it for today on the Constitution Corner. If you believe in an independent judiciary, subscribe for more constitutional deep dives. I'm your host, standing up for liberty, the rule of law, and true justice. God bless America and God bless the Constitution.